Like, there must be a movie from your youth that you remember as being great. It introduced you to actors, directors you've never even heard of. Because of that movie, you now follow their career. Years go by, decades maybe, and you're watching their newest blockbuster and thinking, this is crap. What happened? They used to be so good. Then you remember that one film and how old you were when you first saw it and what impact it had on your movie watching experience. Then you start to think, was that movie actually any good? Does it still hold up? There have been a few that I thought were great and are not now. Space Jam, I'm looking at you. So I went back to the 1986 classic, another film I saw far too young, David Cronenberg's The Fly.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
If you've not seen The Fly, did you actually know it's a remake of the 1958 movie called The Fly, but with a modern twist, or an update? Well, considering it was made nearly 40 years ago, is that actually modern? So, in advance, spoilers ahead. The 1986 The Fly stars Jeff Goldblum, who you all know from the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise, and more recently he did a cameo in Thor Ragnarok. It's a cameo. He pretty much plays a mad scientist called Seth Brundle, who's trying to create a teleportation device. You know, the things they use in Star Trek, beam me up and all that. Would you use a teleportation device if it was real? I would. You know, cuts the travel time in half, because I hate travelling. Write in the comment section if you would use one. Seth is at a party. He meets Veronica, or Ronnie, a journalist played by Geena Davis, who you all remember from the movie Beetlejuice and Cutthroat Island. He asked her to document everything he's doing. Seth is trying to work out all the kinks of his machine and can't seem to get it right. Can't transport like living organisms, and he attempts with the baboon, and that goes horribly wrong. After some more tweaking, Seth figures it out and attempts again and succeeds. Seth and Ronnie are celebrating and are interrupted by a past life, her boss and ex-boyfriend. So Ronnie has to leave and try and sort out what's going on there. Seth, on the other hand, figures that her boss is her ex and gets jealous and starts drinking, which is never a good idea when you're a mad scientist. Seth decides to teleport on his own without anyone there, and it works, succeeds. But he didn't realise that a housefly had flown in with him. If you're enjoying this little talk on David Cronenberg's The Fly, why not press the little subscribe button and help us reach our goal? We are nearly halfway there, and it would mean the world to us if we could reach 1,000 subscribers by July. Why July? Some of us are hitting 40. Anyhow, thanks. The rest of the movie is how Seth thinks he's improved as a person. What's actually going on is he's transforming into a fly, but very slowly. Well, a new species of fly, he calls it Brundle fly. Did you know Jeff Goldblum wasn't the first choice for the role as Seth? John Lithgow was actually offered the part, and after reading the script, found it a little bit too gory for him, or gross. So Jeff Goldblum came on board, and it was pure genius, making the movie iconic. His mix of charm, quirkiness, and vulnerability gave Seth depth. Goldblum's unique style and mannerisms made the brilliant scientist authentic. He seamlessly shifted between charm and horror, portraying a man dealing with the consequences of his scientific ambition, really. In a way, kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Thanks to Goldblum, Seth became mesmerising and a tragic character, turning The Fly into a cinematic masterpiece that sticks with audiences, well, everyone. Here's a random fact. Mel Brooks' company, Brooks Films, actually made the film, though Mel Brooks didn't want his name actually to appear anywhere on the film because he didn't want people to think it was a comedy. It is definitely not a comedy. To me, the main story is about love and sacrifice. A monster movie in a way just like American Werewolf in London, with Veronica and Seth falling for each other, and a tragic incident happens, and, well, Seth begins to lose himself, but this is in a really gross way. He's not the person he was, and at the end of the movie, when Brundle Fly has fully taken over, Seth does, in a way, fight back and reappear for a second when he asks for mercy. Well, kind of. gun to his head. The Fly has left a lasting mark on pop culture, influencing other horror movies and serving as reference for discussion on practical effects and body horror. Its memorable images like Brundlefly have become symbols in the horror genre. The success of The Fly also helped boost Jeff Goldblum's career, establishing him as a leading actor. The film's lasting impact is a way it become one of the greatest horror movies of all time. But does it hold up after 38 years? Yes, it really does. It's still as brilliant as I remember, and as gory and disgusting. Sadly, there hasn't been a 4K upgrade yet, or that I know of. If there is, write in the comment section, let me know. For me, The Fly is a solid 4 out of 5 still, and it's definitely worth a watch. If you've not seen it, you won't be disappointed. There is a sequel to The Fly called The Fly 2, a very simple title, directed by Chris Wallace, who actually did the special effects for The Fly and won an Oscar for his work. The Fly 2 stars Eric Stoltz as Martin Brundle, the son of Seth and Veronica. The Fly 2 isn't the worst sequel, and it's not the best. They do go a bit more overboard, but it's a sequel, more deaths, that's what you expect. If you've enjoyed our little talk on The Fly and how it still holds up, why not watch one of these videos where I speak of another film I saw far too young, or even her reaction to a horror movie she's never seen before. And until next time, see you later.